Hello everyone, welcome to this session of Computer and Finance. As you already know that in our previous discussion, we were calculating the price of a bond and we learned how to calculate the price of the bond using many different methods. For example, we learned in the last session how we can calculate the price of the bond using the present value function of Excel. How can we calculate the price of the same bond using a schedule also? You can see the same values. And how can we calculate the price of the bond using the price function using analysis toolpack? And after that, calculation of the price of the same bond using the present value formula of an annuity and present value formula of lump sum payment. Today, we will discuss that how can we calculate the EAR, which is also known as effective annual rate. And today we will learn how to calculate effective annual rate using the Excel function. Moreover, we will try to see that how can we convert the price of the same bond into different currencies. For example, the price over here you can see is the price in dollars. So how can we calculate the price of the same bond in euro, in yuan, in Saudi Riyal, or in Pak rupee? So let's start our discussion with the calculation of EAR. Calculation of EAR, which is also known as effective annual rate, is very simple. The function for effective annual rate is we are going to start with equals, as you already know, that the function basically start with equals, then effect, and then we start the parentheses. When we give the parentheses, then there are two arguments basically which are required by the Excel. The first one is the nominal rate. So in this case, the example which we are doing over here, the nominal rate we are going to assume is the yield to maturity. So we are simply going to give the cell address over here for the nominal rate, and then number of compounding periods per year. You can see n period and y, it's written over there. So number of compounding periods per year. So this column, as you already know, is basically for the annual bond. So we are going to give for the annual 1, because for the annual bond, compounding is done once in a year. So you can see that the same value appears over here, as you already know, that annual percentage rate or APR and EAR both are same under the annual system. But when we calculate or when we want to calculate the same effective annual rate for semi-annual, this column is basically representing the semi-annual rates and the semi-annual values of the same bond. So we are going to write the same formula, effect, start the parentheses, then the nominal rate. This is the nominal rate which is given to us. And then you can simply type in number of compounding periods per year. Since it is a semi-annual bond, so we are simply going to write 2 and then close the parentheses and press enter. And you can see this is the effective annual rate. We want it to be semi-annual, so we can easily convert it into semi-annual by dividing it by 2. So this is going to be effective annual rate on semi-annual basis. Now this value we can use for further calculations. Now this is basically semi-annual rate, and we have a function over here which is the present value function to calculate the price of the bond. But the main concern is that we want to calculate the price of the bond over here. We need it to change. I want to make a comparison between the yield to maturity or annual percentage rate and effective annual rate. So how can we make a comparison over here so that we simply select a value or we click on the value and the price of the bond changes In order to do that, we will go to the same developer button. Let's try to go to developer button. So you can see developer. This is our developer tab. And I would like to choose this option button over here for this purpose. So I am simply going to click on the option button, and wherever I want to place it, I am simply going to come on that cell and drag, click and drag, and you can see a nice button appears over here. I want basically two buttons, one for APR and the other one for EAR. So I am simply going to go again to developer tab, then insert, and then simply click on the option button, come to the place where I want to put it, click and drag, and you can see a very nice button appears over here. And you can also see that it's functioning quite well. There is no issue of them to function. Now, you can change their place wherever you like. You can simply right click on them, and it will give you the option to change their place. So you can change their place wherever you like them to fit. You can move them, drag them, and you can fit them. When you put in these buttons, this is the perfect time to rename them. Otherwise, the rename option then usually disappears because we need to link these buttons with a certain cell. So I am going to rename them right now. One is going to be the APR, and the other one is going to be for us EAR. So these are the two buttons. Now the problem is when I click them, then these are not linked with any of the cell. No value is changing. You can see the value is not changing because simply they are not linked with anything. So first of all, we need to create a link of this button with some cell. Let's try to right click on them, go to format control. Under the format control, you can see that cell link. So I'm simply going to click over here on the spreadsheet icon, and I'm going to give this cell address and click OK and OK. Now you see when I click on this button, then it should give me 1 and 0. It's not appearing over here. Let me check one thing. So you can see now it is giving 1 and 2. We're moving very nicely. You can also attach when usually this is done automatically by Excel. If two buttons are close to each other, then automatically the second button is linked with the same cell. But if the second button is not working like this, you can also simply go right click, format control, and you can create or you can click on the same cell and then enter and OK. Now you can see that both buttons will be working very fine. Now this 1 and 2 is basically going to give us a little bit of idea how to use different values or how to work with the rate. The best way to link this 1 and 2 with these buttons and these rates is using an if function. So let's try to use the very basic if function over here. So I'm simply going to start is equal to, you can also see on the formula bar over here, I am typing in if function. If this cell, I'm simply clicking on the cell address, this cell is equal to 1 because APR is represented by 1. Then select this value because this is a semi-annual bond. That is why I am picking up the semi-annual rate. So APR semi-annual rate. Otherwise, if otherwise means that if it is not equals to 1, any other value, which means 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here we have only 2 values. So otherwise, pick this value and simply close the parenthesis, press enter. Now you can see that these two buttons are basically linked over here. You can see the formula also. Let me click and show you the formula. So you can see the formula very nicely working over here. When I click on APR, if we can drag it a little bit more, when I click on APR, it selects 1. And 1 is, you can see, this is our semi-annual rate. And when we click on EAR, then EAR you can see 0.41, which is this part which we just calculated using the effect function. So this is EAR. So it's working very nicely. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 is working very nicely. Now, if we go to our method number 1 formula, where we have given the function of present value to calculate the price of the bond, you can see that the rate is given over here D16. So this is D16. Simply change the cell address now to the one which where we have just written the if function. So this E17. Click enter. Now, when you click on APR, you can see our price of the bond is being calculated based on APR. And if we want to calculate the price of EAR, then simply click on EAR. The price of EAR is displayed over here. So it means that the Excel sheet is working fine and picking up the values very nicely. Now, as I already mentioned to you guys, that it is always important to hide your functions, because these functions, if somebody is working on your sheet and they don't know where you have given the values or written the formulas, then there is a possible chance that they can edit this information, and most probably your sheet will not work. So the best way is to hide the formulas. You can hide it by changing the text color and simply right align them. Now decrease the size of your row column. Now most probably nobody can. You can see also that it doesn't give you even the place to write something. So, and your function is also working very nicely. Another way to hide the information is simply hide the column or the row. So this is all about the button of APR and EAR. Now we are going to move towards the currencies. Before we move to currencies, one small thing I would like to highlight that we have given many different, because we are calculating the price of the bond using many different methods. So you can see that when I click on EAR, this one is changing, but the other values are not changing. The reason is that I need to change or update the rate values. So simply change these rates. 1 plus R, this is R. So you can give to this value E17. This is okay. And then come to the next one, 1 over 1 plus R. So this is E17. And this is also E17. E17. So now you can see the formula is working. If I go out, zoom out a little bit, and when I change APR, you can see this value is changing, this value is changing. When I change EAR, this value is changing, this value is changing. So your sheet is working. You can change the values over here also, the rate value, and also over here you need to change the rate values. For example, this is present value D17. So this is now not D17, this is E17. This is E17. Drag down all the values. So you can see now E17, when you click on APR, the value is changing. On EAR, the value is changing. In the schedule, we have a separate column of APR and EAR. So you might need not to do this thing over here. Okay, now let's move to the exchange rates. You can see that in this example, we have different exchange rates. We have yuan, we have euro, we have Saudi Riyal, and we also have Pak Rupee. So we want to create a dashboard which is basically going to help us with the click of a mouse change these values into different currencies, because all these values at the moment are being calculated on the basis of dollar. Now, in order to do that, we need a very small dashboard again. So let's try to create that small dashboard over here, and then we will try to link it with our data. So in order to create this dashboard, I am just selecting this part. This seems to be nice over here. So I'm just going to name the currencies as 1, 2, 3. So let's say that euro in our list is the top one. Second comes yuan. Then comes the third one comes Saudi Riyal. And then comes fourth one for us over here is Pak Rupee. And the fifth one is the base currency already. So we are going to take dollar over here. So these are the currencies which are given to us in this question. Let's try to give the exchange rates over here for euro. If we look at the example, the exchange rate is 0.7389. For yuan, the exchange rate is 6.0996. Then Saudi Riyal 3.75. Pak Rupee, let's say it is equal to 61.45. And then comes dollar, which is the base currency. So we are going to put it as 1. So this is our list of currencies. But now the basic question is how to connect this to our values over here. So that we need to change one or two things over here. All the values and the prices are calculated automatically. In order to do that, we need to create a small link over here. So we are going to simply write select currency. So this is a small link. We want to create it with this one. I'm just going to increase the size so that we can see clearly. So let's make it nice, and okay, this seems to be a nice. And then we are going to change this, and I think so this is not visible, and this is now going to become much more understandable. So you can see over here now we have created a small list. The first thing, let's try to do the easy way. We can easily create a link by going to developer mode. So let's try to go to developer mode. Let's go to developer. Under the developer, we are going to insert. Let's try to pick this drop down menu. So I'm simply going to select the combo box and come to any space where you think so you have enough space. So you can see a nice combo box is displayed over here. Now I want to I want to attach this with these currencies. So by the way, this is the first way. This is a much easier method. So we are going to right click on this, format cells or format control, give the input range that where the data is located. So this is the input range, and then click on the cell link. So click on the cell link. I think so this is good enough. We are going to, and then click OK. Now you see when our combo box is empty, then our currency value is displayed as 0. When we click on some currency, for example, let's pick dollar, then automatically dollar is 5. It is displayed over here as dollar, and dollar is also written over here. So we can also use this combo box to to make our sheet much more interactive. Now, again, the main idea is that we have created this combo box and it's working very nicely. Let's pick up Saudi Riyal. So Saudi Riyal is at number 3. You can see Saudi Riyal is number 3 and it is picking up the value. Moreover, the important thing is that this over here value is changing. We are much more interested in this value because we need to create a link of this value with the par value and the coupon payment and rest of the payments in our question. So I am simply going to come to the par value column, par value cell, and I am going to start an if formula over here. We are going to use the same if formula we created for APR and EAR. But now the if formula is going to be a little bit lengthy because we have 5 different currencies listed over here. So the if formula, most probably we are going to use 4 times. So let's try to start the if formula. If I use some place over here, just try to zoom in so that you can focus more at this part. So over here, simply is equal to if. If, then we start our argument basically. If what? If this cell is equal to, we are going to start with 1. If this cell is equal to 1, which is euro, then we use basically comma and multiply the par value, which is 1000. I am simply writing or simply picking up an separate cell where I have written the par value. Multiply the par value by the exchange rate of euro. Then if the column J11 is not 1, then we again start the argument of if start the parenthesis J11 is equal to 2. Then for then I told you we are going to use the comma. Then my par value times the rate, exchange rate of currency number 2. Now still we haven't finished our formula. Again we are going to write if is equal to if J11, again I'm going to click on J11 is equal to 3. Then simply then please come to the formula bar so that you can see the formula. Then our par value, which is A12 times the exchange rate of 3, currency number 3. Then the last part is equal to, we are going to start if. So if, again start the parenthesis, J11 is equal to 4, which is Pak rupee. Then A12, which is our par value, A12 times the exchange rate of currency number 4. Otherwise, simply multiply the par value, which is A12 times the dollar exchange rate, and then close the parenthesis. Now, when we close the parenthesis, because we have started many parentheses over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we close the parentheses are going to be highlighted. So we know that how many parentheses we are closing, and simply click OK, press enter. You can see that now the currency being displayed is over here because we selected real. Let's try to select dollar. When we select dollar, 1000 is displayed. Our values are coming out to be the same thing which we calculated earlier. But if we pick up from here Saudi Riyal, then actually the 1000 is being multiplied by the exchange rate of Saudi Riyal and displayed over here. When the par value changes, then automatically the coupon payment changes, and then you can also see the price of the bond changes. So if the price of the bond is in dollar, we can say if it is in dollar 1031, then the same dollar price in real is going to be 3866. We can also change the APR. You can see APR and EAR. The price of the bond is also changing according to the rate which we want. So this is very easy way uh, to to attach the combo box with the formula. Now over here, the formula, basically I have given the formula for the par value in the annual column. You can simply do it like this: is equal to this value, whatever this value will be, it will be displayed on the semi-annual, because the par value, either it is a annual coupon bond or a semi-annual coupon bond, the par value is going to be the same. So now all the things are working very nicely. The formulas are actually calculating different values for us, and we can easily, by the way, if you don't like this combo box, no worries. You can simply delete the combo box. If you delete the combo box, there will be no effect on your, so if I am deleting the combo box, so when we delete the combo box, there will be no effect on your formula, because your formula is linked with this cell, which is J11. Your formula is not basically linked with the combo box. Combo box is a convenient way to pick up the currency, rather than we are giving values over here 4, you can put over here value 5. So rather than typing in the values, you can always go for combo box. And since now we don't need to type in the values, you can simply right click, make it draggable, and put it on top of your selection where you have written 1, 2, 3. Now even nobody will get the idea that where the formula is coming from, but your sheet will be working very, very nicely. Okay, let's try to add in one more thing over here, just to revise what we did in our previous sessions. Let's try to put in a spin button with the periods. So if I want to change these periods, let's try to put in a spin button. So insert, over here you can see spin button. So I'm simply going to click on this spin button and going to put it over here. So you can see a nice spin button appears over here. You can change the size of the spin button according to your needs. I need a little bit smaller one, you can see, and you can change it with the place you, wherever you want to pick. You can pick it, drag and drop. It will be draggable. Now, spin button is working over here. You can see click up and down. It's working, but it's not linked with. Let's try to link it with this years. So right click on this, format control again, and then you are going to put in the values. So let's try to say that the current value is 0. The minimum value can be 0 also, but the maximum value, because these are number of periods, so let's try to stick with 100. And incremental change means when we click the button one time, then how much change there will be in the years. And then cell link. So click on this one, try to create a link, and click on this one and enter, and then click OK. Now you see, when we click OK, then it suddenly becomes 0, because we said that the starting value is 0. You can change it to any number. So 1, so you can see if year is 1, then there will be 2 semi-annual periods in 1 year. So if year will be 2, then 2 years have 4 semi-annual periods. And you can also see that formula is also working very nicely. The price of the bond is changing. Still, if you want to check that this is changing or not, yes, it's working also. If you want to see this is working or not, yes, it's working also. So all these buttons are effectively working. You can change the values according to your needs or according to the requirement. So this is how we are going to make our sheet a little bit more interactive, and we can also have a module, small module for exchange rate, which is going to help us to calculate the price of different currencies of same bond but different currencies using different exchange rate. And even if you want to experiment with changing the exchange rate, you can simply change the exchange rate over here. Let's say that I want to experiment with euro. So I'm simply going to put over here, let's say 0.8659, enter, and you can see the values are simply changing in all the cells, and the price of the bond is calculated in euros now. So I hope so that this session is going to help you a lot. And if you have any question, please try to post in your comments, or we will have your questions in the next session. Thank you all, and we'll see you in next time.